You can use dashboard parameters when it is necessary to pass data of a certain type to a dashboard. To create a dashboard parameter in the Web Designer, perform the following steps. First, invoke the dashboard menu and select parameters. In the parameter list, click the Add New Parameter button. The following settings will be displayed for the created parameter. Specify the following parameter settings. Name specifies the parameter name. Description specifies the parameter's description. The parameter's description is the value displayed in the parameter name column of the dashboard parameters dialog. Visible specifies whether or not the parameter is visible in the dashboard parameters dialog. Allow null specifies whether or not a null value can be passed as a parameter value. Allow multi-select specifies whether or not multi-select is enabled for the current parameter. Select all values specifies whether or not all parameter values should be selected in the initial state. Note that this option is in effect when allow multi-select is set to true. Type specifies the parameter type. Default value specifies the default parameter's value. Lookup settings specifies the parameter's lookup editor settings. Depending on the selected lookup settings option, you need to specify the following settings. No lookup allows you to specify the required parameter value manually in the dashboard parameters dialog. Static list allows you to select a parameter value defined in a static list. To add predefined parameter values, use the plus button. Dynamic list allows you to select a parameter value defined in a data source. To provide access to data source values, specify the following options. First, select the required data source from the list of available data sources. For the SQL data source, select the required data member that specifies the query or data member from the selected data source. Then, specify data members for the dashboard's parameters value and display name using value member and display member respectively. If necessary, specify the data member used to sort parameter values using the sort by option. Passing parameter values. You can include a dashboard parameter to a query, or you can filter a dashboard dynamically according to the required parameter value or values. SQL queries. The Web Designer provides the capability to bind a dashboard parameter and the existing SQL query parameter. This can be useful when you need to filter the SQL query dynamically by including the parameter value in the filter. To bind a dashboard parameter to a SQL query parameter in the dashboard data item wizard, do the following. First, select the existing query parameter or create a new query parameter using the Add button. Enter a name for the parameter. For static parameters, set the type to correspond with the value. Then, set the value for the parameter. For dynamic parameters, set the type as expression. Then, set the result type to correspond with the value. Click the ellipsis button to invoke the expression editor for this parameter. Filtering. You can apply filtering to a SQL query according to the current parameter value or values using the filter editor. In the filter editor, you can compare a field value with different objects such as static values, values of another field, or parameter values. To switch between values, click a down arrow glyph in the operand value placeholder to expand the list of available objects. Select the parameter object to compare a field value with a parameter value. Then, click the operand value to invoke the list of available parameters and select the existing parameter or create a new one. Requesting parameter values. The Web Designer provides a built-in dashboard parameters dialog, which provides the capability to change dashboard parameter values. This dialog is created automatically depending on the parameter type and visibility settings. To bind a parameter to a widget, open the binding menu and hit Click to set filter criteria. For multi-select parameters, you will want to choose is any of or is none of options. Then, click the drop-down arrow to invoke a list of objects and select parameter. Then, click the orange bubble and select your existing parameter or create a new one. Click Save. To invoke the Dashboard Parameters dialog in the Web Designer, click the Parameters button. Select the required parameter values in the Dashboard Parameters dialog and click the Submit button to apply the changes. To restore the default values, click the Reset button. If you have any questions or concerns, contact us at support@logic.us or visit our support portal. Thank you.